Okay, we're here in Melbourne at the Track World Championships talking with Richard Wools, national coach for Team Canada. Richard, Tara Whitten has just finished her last race, so that's it for Team Canada at this Worlds. So can you give us, from your perspective, an overview of how this Worlds went for the team?
It's been a great World Championships for us. We came in with certain expectations, and I think we've met most of them. It was unfortunate for Tara to finish fourth in the Omnium, but I think overall the team has performed and we've backed up very nicely after London World Cup.
Now, I mean, there's been talk about how obviously it's an Olympic year. The London Test event was pre-Olympics the big push to sort of try things out, and this was a secondary. So did you sort of beat expectations for what you expected to get here based on the fact that it wasn't the primary goal this year?
Yeah, I think we didn't prepare as well as we did for the London World Cup, so coming in here with a slightly lower expectation, but still coming out with 3 medals, which I believe has been one of our most successful World Championships in medal counts ever. I know we come away before with 2 gold medals, but I think for us we're meeting our targets. We're showing consistently that we can back up performances, so I think everything's looking very good going into the London Olympics.
So what are some of the high points for you here?
I think just coming in and having that expectation and coming back in every time and showing that you can reproduce it. We have a blueprint, we'll just keep rolling it over, fine adjustments, and coming back in. It's always nice to come and get up on the podium. The women's team pursuit is still relatively new for us, and that's great that they can keep backing it up. For Zach Bell, I've been with him for the last 4 years, and he hasn't been on the podium for 3. He got his first medal in Poland when he was introduced, and it's been a long crawl back. He's been showing it at World Cups. So it's been a big relief and highlight for us for Zach. For Tara, it's the other way around. It's kind of a bit bittersweet, but I think for Tara, she's very realistic. All the indicators are there, and it's just a few more fine adjustments with this blueprint, and we'll be there for London.
Now, I mean, what are some of the things you're going to take away from this Worlds that you know you have to work on? You've got 4 months till the Olympics. What are some of the things that you're going to have to work on?
I think the biggest thing is keeping it simple for us. We've got some really great support staff and some great teams around us. Now it's just keeping it simple, not get too amped up, not get too excited. We need to take it down a notch after this and then really focus on keeping the day-to-day training. It's the small improvements that we can make each day, not trying to grasp for these massive improvements, these massive things, just the day-to-day work and the day-to-day improvements.
Any surprises or any people you weren't prepared for from the other countries who have suddenly shown up on the scene that you're now having to worry about in some of the Olympic events?
I think the women's Omnium has got a lot stronger. You know, before there was only 1 or 2 people, and now there's 4. There's really 4 strong who are every time they're showing. And I think a little bit of an adjustment on the strategy side, because people are coming in after the first day being very strong, and now for us they're being negative in the second day. So people are really just playing their cards very well. There was quite a lot of the riders there, especially the top 4 or 5, were watching each other in the second day, so it can really change the dynamics of the race.
And as I said, 4 months out. So what is the plan now, moving through those next 4 months? What are some of the things that that you're going to be doing with the riders?
Our base is still down in Los Angeles, so a lot of the riders go back down to there, take a load off for a little while. Some of them go back home visiting their families, regroup, start to have the big push up then towards the Olympics. But also for us, other people then, the road groups go in different places. Zach's going to be going back over with the team. Hopefully he's going to make a few of the teams because it's hard for him as well with Steve Bauer's team. Hopefully he'll get a bit more road racing in, and then we'll start preparing him with the final track build-up. Our push is going to be in Holland, in Apeldoorn. So that's where our final big camp is going to be. And hopefully it'll all go well and we'll lead in nicely into London and the Olympics. Any
predictions for medal counts or what you will consider to be a minimum reasonable result for Canada at this Olympics and on the track?
I think we've got 3 good chances. To say which ones we're going to get, I don't know, but we've got 3 good chances. Anyone look at the scoreboard would say we're consistently performing in the women's team pursuit and men's and women's Omnium. So there are 3 big ones. I would say there's other outside chances. We'll see what we've qualified in the next couple of weeks, but there are big 3 pushes. So.
And I guess the other thing is, from what you and I were talking, your contract ends with the CCA after the Olympics, as often happens. Are we going to still see you around with the team now that we've obviously we're building towards quite a bit of success?
Yeah, we've built a nice group of people working towards success on the track program. For me, my focus is going to change. I think we need to go really hard the 2 years post the Olympics and go really have a big push on development. We'll see what shakes out after the Olympics, where we sit in the overall funding. We've been very lucky from Own the Podium and private support as well to really build this program very nicely. But I think for us, we've got to go back to the basics for 2 years after the Olympics. We've really got to put a big emphasis. So we'll see my level of involvement. I'm based in BC. When we have our own track in Canada, things might change a bit. But for me to commit to be in Los Angeles further, we're going to have to see until after the Olympics. But I'm really out there to push for the development side.
Okay, so I guess last question. Overall, how would you rate this Worlds for Canada on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd probably say about an 8. We're not at our best by any means, but I think we've come in here and we've reproduced the results that we know we deserve. So for us, we're meeting our expectations. Hopefully we're keeping that little bit back, so we are just trying to stay calm and have a big push, because for us, coming away with 1 or 2 medals will be phenomenal at the Olympics. You know, cycling sport in general in Canada, with all the disciplines, is looking very strong going into the Olympics, so hopefully we're going to come out with multiple medals in multiple disciplines. So.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.